Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the stripping is done, I'll take my leave and go. Ahoy, mateos. It's May 27th, 2026, 6:03 a.m. And I know I haven't been here in a while. I posted the video yesterday of us in our new challenge, Casino Challenge. And I just want to give a quick update that life has been very busy this last month. I haven't been able to sit down and make videos. Life has been very busy this last month. I have made some videos, but I haven't posted them for various different reasons. But they're on there, so my future family will see, you know, those little parts. But so where am I at in my advocacy? Well, I'm not very far at all because I've been so busy trying to keep my son entertained and happy due to not having a day activity group. But I've got some plans for summer, so things are going to start, you know, smoothing out. This has been since August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 9 months. And I feel like I'm just now really getting things, you know, settled where we have things to look forward to in the future. So I'm not just waking up every day going, what are we going to do today? So he has camp coming up in July, and he'll go to that for almost 2 weeks. And and then we're going to be going over to Klamath Falls to their new Klamoya Casino for my daughter's birthday. We're going to stay the night there. And I guess why I'm making this video is I feel like at some point when I'm turning in all my paperwork, because I'm putting all this, go to the casino. We go to the casino a lot. But we don't spend a lot of money. So I'm wondering, you know, when they're going to say, oh, why are you going to the casino so much? Or the public, or whoever. Even myself, I'm thinking, you know, is it really good to be going to the casino this much? And of course my husband has said, you know, is it that good of an idea to go to the casino that much? And, you know, this is where they left me with. This is what I had. Back before all this, and before COVID, and before my son got very, very sick for 2 years from benzodiazepines and the bad life-threatening seizures, we would go to the casino a couple times a year on our birthdays, you know. But I wasn't having to try to repair somebody's broken heart. So we still talk about them every day, and he still wants to be sure that they're only mad at me, you know. And I told him, I said, well, you know, the problem is the training from the top is wrong. The people in wheelchairs, blind, deaf, you know, that had a perfectly functioning mind, you know, but physical disabilities, I don't think they really thought about people like my son. That's why when he became an adult, he has every right to make every choice every other adult makes without any consideration to his cognitive level and his well-being and his emotional stability to get him through the rest of his life. Going to the casino, he knows. I tell him, we may come out with nothing, which we never do because I always save the first bonus ticket so we have something to cash out with when we leave. I have it all planned down. And so I guess if something happens to me in the future, if anybody takes him to the casino, that's what we do. He has $100, I have $100. We go in and he has his 520s and I have my 520s. We sit by each other at the machine, do our thing. And then, you know, we cash out our tickets and we always leave with something, even if it's only $20. We cash out that ticket. That's very important to him. So I'm thinking about how this all would work at a strip club. I don't even know what happens in a strip club. I only went to one strip place, you know, when I was very young, when I turned 21, and it was at some biker bar. It wasn't fancy, you know, it was just, it was what it was. A girl getting naked in front of a bunch of bikers. And that's the only experience I've ever had going to a strip club. So I watch the videos on YouTube from the strippers. You know, I'm trying to get a feel for what happens. And, you know, I just don't think it's appropriate for my son. I don't have anything against strippers. And I don't have anything against people that go to strip clubs. I don't hang out with them because that's not my group. That's why my son doesn't need to be going, because if you think this through, my son is 41. If he ever did meet a nice young lady, you know, another special needs young lady, and say like she lives with her family, what is she going to think about, you know, my son's going to strip clubs all the time. How's he going to treat her, you know, their daughter? Does nobody else think about these kind of things, how they're going to be accepted into society? You know, my son likes to go doing things that children do, carnivals. You know, he wants to go to Chuck E. Cheese. We're making plans to go to Chuck E. Cheese. And we can't hang around Chuck E. Cheese every day either. My son is a 41-year-old man with a, you know, mustache, facial hair, the whole works. It just doesn't look appropriate. And everybody's going to say, oh, you're being so judgmental. No, I'm not. I know how the real world works. You know, there was just a guy up in Eugene, Oregon, a special needs man, with his day activity group or his group home people, with his care providers, exposing himself in the park to a bunch of ladies. How does that happen? You know, are they going to the strip club all the time? Where were his care providers? And I don't want this to be all bad about care providers. I don't think all care providers are bad. I think all care providers need a job and they're told the rules when they get there and they follow the rules. That's why I told my son this has to be changed from up higher. It's not just his day activity group. All the protective agencies said, it's just fine, you know, nothing. Oh, and my friend in another state, one of my Facebook friend moms, her daughter was left in a hot car at a park because she didn't want to get out. They had to call an ambulance. She had to go to the hospital, and she's okay. But how does that even happen? So I called her state adult protective services and said, you know, I don't live in your state, but I want to have my friend mother's back. That's why I'm calling, because there needs to be better training. And so they took my report and they were so nice to me and like, oh, wow. Okay. We'll definitely look into this. And I don't even have their last names. I knew what hospital she was taken to. So anyways, I thought, okay, good. Did it. You know, I let the mom know, you know, hey, I got your back. I called and let them know that I'm concerned that this shouldn't be, you know, this shouldn't happen. And Memorial Day morning, Monday morning, 6:30 in the morning, phone rings. It's her state. It's the adult protective care people. I couldn't believe it. They just wanted to get a little more information, and I'm not sure why, because they wanted to know, well, how did I know about it? And I said, I seen on Facebook that her mom, you know, her mom had said that she went to the park and it was too hot that day and she got overheated and had to go to the hospital. And I thought, oh, you know, that, you know, well, you know, that's, I guess that can happen. But then I found out her mom messaged me and said they left her in a hot car. And so when the protective agency people, you know, I told them that's what happened. And then I think later she probably put it on her regular Facebook. But I'm like, is this some kind of a HIPAA thing that they're trying to go against her for telling me that she's concerned about her daughter? I don't know. I just thought it was weird that they were asking about the Facebook stuff. So I let Mama know. And I'm not sure if she watches my videos. I sent her the link to my channel, but she's got a lot going on. So I have been advocating in the background, and I'm sure I sound like a fool on the phone to these people because I'm not a professional. I'm just a young teenage mother that got dealt some very serious circumstances with her children, and I just get by every day. I don't even know how I've made it this far in life. Everything has been a struggle. Everything, every single day. I'm overwhelmed with everything, and they keep putting more stuff on my plate, more stuff on my plate, more stuff on my plate. And I've pretty much told everybody, I am tapped out. I have no more to give. What I can do is what I can do. And I feel bad because I'd like to be able to do a lot more for everybody in my life. But there's just too much. Just keeping up with the paperwork. That's why with this fraud over there in Minnesota, I have to do so much paperwork and check-ins and, you know, all this stuff. Oh, and the brokerage called my other son, who's now our proxy, our overlooker. She called yesterday to get an update, a quarterly update on how we're doing. He hasn't called her back yet, I don't think. I went to town yesterday, but I think he would have told me if he called her, so he's got to call her today. But This is where parents like me have been left in the year 2026. I'm going to put in a little clip from Private AJ Hook got up this morning and his Ernie needed his eye colored in. And I went and got the camera, but he colored in the eye before I got back. But I thought I'd show you a little clip of me and him showing you his Ernie. And I told him, we're doing these videos so people know us. So as I'm advocating, people know what our lives are like and who I am. Because like I've said a million times before, I'm not a professional. I'm just somebody that has struggled to get by every single day since I was 15 years old. And here we are. A new day and a new battle, always. And my next step, I think, is I'm going to get a hold of the person that might be governor. And I got to write a letter. See, I need to do all this stuff, and all of this is so just thinking about this stuff is overwhelming for me. I shouldn't have to be thinking about it. But I'm doing it for the future generations of IDD parents and kids and adults, because there's not very many voices. So there's that. So anyways, you're just getting a hodgepodge mixture of everything so I can just get back into my channel and get back into my advocacy. I need more cheerleaders. I really thought I'd have a lot more cheerleaders. I'm so disappointed. I'm very disappointed in my town. I'm very disappointed that people didn't have my back. A few people did, and they wrote a few posts on Facebook, and honestly, what are they going to do? What are they going to say? It's like me trying to go out and advocate for somebody that is, I don't know, I think I could advocate for anybody. That'd be like me going and advocate for a Somali immigrant. You know? They just don't know. They're like, well, I don't know. My life's okay. I don't know that much. What am I going to say? What am I going to add to the conversation? That's what they're going through, because I know I'd be going through that too. Us IDD parents, we're on our own. We're really on our own to unite and fight for our kids. And I've been following a lot of Facebook groups of other special needs mothers of like level 3 autisms. My son, I'm surprised my son's not diagnosed with autism. I really am. I'm sure if I asked the doctor, hey, do you think he has autism? I know nowadays they'd probably go, oh yeah, hey, maybe I should. Maybe I'll ask his neurologist. What makes him so different from somebody with autism? Yeah, I think I'll do that. That'll give me something to focus on instead of all of it, everything. I'm thinking I got to contact the governors. I got to contact the governor. People are running. Well, I'm not going to contact our governor now. She's part of the problem. But the person running for governor, I want to go down to the police station and have my son meet them so they know who I'm talking about. I need people to see us, who we are, not just these people on the phone that thinks I'm some neurotic. Even the older woman that worked at the day group had said that she makes the a monthly lunch activity for the young men because their parents don't let them do a lot of stuff. In the same breath, she's telling us, don't come to my luncheon with your son. You're too neurotic. Well, you know what? He's my kid. And I just think for all of those people that work there, that I talk to and have talked to me, if it was their family member, they'd stand up and fight too. That's what you do. I just didn't know I'd be doing it pretty much alone. It's all right. I'll fight alone. Been fighting my whole life. I know how the battle goes, and I will win. Adios. Ahoy, mateos. See you on the next sale. Hey everyone, it's 5:30 a.m., huh?
Yeah.
And what are we doing this morning?
Fixing the boy's eye.
Okay, and how do we fix the boy's eye?
With Sharpie. So
all right, hold up the boy and show us.
He's like...
Here's the boy, and you just colored in the eye there on the right.
And the other one too, isn't it?
Did you get that one a little bit too?
Yeah.
Show us your pen you use.
This one?
Yep, we got us a Sharpie market. It won't come into view. All right, and where does Ernie hanging out these days?
I don't know where.
Oh, I thought he was hanging out over there.
Yeah, for now, till I get him a spot in the room, till I get him a special spot.
Okay, we're working on cleaning out your closet, huh?
Yeah.
What are we looking for?
The Wii power cord, yep. Boom, it's gonna show up when it's gonna show up.
It's gonna show up.
If it doesn't, I'll just have to get a new Wii or just the power cord. That's easy.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to say, all right, Madios.
All right, Madios.
Signing off.
Signing off.
And then, yeah, I'll clip that into a video for us.
Yeah.
Let me get over here.
Okay. Okay. He's like smiling.
Hi, E.T.
He's like,
Or did Pirate AJ Hook wake you up too early today?
probably not.
No? Are you going to go back to bed?
I would think, we'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, we're just checking in. We're going to clip this in because we were doing some Ernie repairs.
Yeah.
Thought we'd show off E.T.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. We're going to sign off.
Mm-hmm.
How that's going to be.